Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss a very important chapter of hotel front office, that is reservation. We will discuss about the reservation, its advantages for the hotel, for the guest, and we will also discuss about the types of reservation and modes of reservation. So without getting delay, let's get started. So let's start with today's topic. As I told that today we are going to discuss about the reservation. Okay, so we will only define reservation today, and definitely we will also learn the different types of reservation. So let's see the learning outcome. After completion of today's topic, all of us will be able to define reservation. Will also be able to explain the importance of reservation. Will be able to list the different types of reservation, will be able to explain the features of each type of reservation, and we will also list different modes of reservation and explain the importance of each modes of reservation. All right, now let's see what is reservation. Now reservation means booking of hotels. Okay, suppose if we are planning for a trip, maybe it may be a business trip or maybe it's for leisure purpose. What we do, we plan from before only. So we book the hotel rooms, we book the transportation, we do lots of things. Now the booking of the hotel rooms, that is called reservation. All right, now then definitely the reservation is very important. Now it is important for the hotels as well as it is important for the guest also. Now how it is important for the hotels? The first point says forecasting rooms sold. Now if you have a reservation details for the upcoming months, then you can easily identify the occupancy percentage, like how many rooms will are booked, already booked, and how many rooms are still pending, and you have to target those rooms only for sales. So that becomes more easier for the hotels to sell their rooms. Second point says give the first impression of the hotel to the guest. Now if you have a prior information about the arrival of the guest, what you can do, you can arrange properly to welcome the guest, and you can deliver those things or those services which the guest actually wants. Okay, third thing, sell main product of the hotel. So you will not be hurried that what to sell. When the guests do a reservation, you know priorly about their arrival. So what you do, you make lots of arrangement, and you can also promote or sales your products. Like you can tell them about the services which is available in your property. You can tell them which services are chargeable, which services are not chargeable, how the charges are, and you can book those services for those upcoming guests. The fourth point says generates customer for other departments. Definitely when you are selling the rooms, you are generating consumers or customers for the other departments. Like the front office sells the room, then definitely the production in plan for preparing the food, and the F&B service, they sells the food and the revenue generated from that side also. When the front office sells the room, the housekeeping also planning to make the rooms ready for the guest, as well as they are also planning to sell their mini bar, their laundry services, all these things. Even the other related departments also, like spa and all, they also get prepared for that. The last point says provide important management information to other departments. Now definitely this is important. If a guest have reservation, you will also have the guest details, guest preferences, what the guest likes, what the guest don't likes. Maybe the guest is allergic to anything, those information will be with you, and you can share those information with other departments, so that the things which with which the guest is allergic will not be provided to the guest, and definitely the rooms as well as the food, everything will be provided to the guest as per their preferences. So it means the other departments also get time to get prepared for the guest. Now, for the guest, why reservation is important? Definitely, it assures about accommodation. Definitely, when we plan for a trip, we do the booking of the hotel rooms. Why? Because we do not want to go and roam around here and there for searching of the rooms, and finally, you may get a room or you may not get a room. That will be a disaster. So, from prior before going to the destination, we always plan for the rooms. All right. Second is choice of the type of accommodation. Like suppose if you suddenly visit a place without any plan, without booking a hotel, you will might get a room, but you will not get the type of room which you want. But if you book a hotel priorly, then you can choose the type of room which you want. Maybe you want a suite, you can get it. Maybe you want a duplex, you can get it. Maybe you want a cabana, you can get it. But suddenly if you visit the hotel, maybe those type of room which you want may not be available. So that's why reservation is important for the guest also, to assure about the accommodation and also to get the type of room which they want. Now let's move to the next slide, that is the type of reservation. This is very important. So here in this chart we can see there are three types of reservation. Okay, the first one is the tentative reservation, the second one is the confirmed reservation, the third one is the waitlisted reservation. Again, confirmed reservation are two types, guaranteed and non-guaranteed. Let's come one by one. Now, what is a tentative reservation? Now suppose you are in the reservation section of the front office and you are working in the reservation section. Now you get a call from a guest, or maybe you get a request from a guest for asking for the rooms for a particular time period. Now you just told them which rooms are available for the time period, and they just told that okay, they choose a type of room, a category of room, and they told that they might book that room. They have not confirmed that. Okay, they told they might book the room, they will let you know later on. Okay, now you will just give them a cutoff date. You might give them 24 hours, ki sir or ma'am, you have to confirm your reservation within 24 hours or we will sell the room. So that is a tentative reservation. It means the reservation is not confirmed, it is tentative. Okay, the guest has not yet confirmed about the reservation, so that is tentative reservation. Now confirmed reservation, definitely the opposite of the tentative reservation. Confirmed means the reservations are confirmed. Okay, the guest has assured you that definitely they are going to come. Okay, now confirmed reservation are basically two types, guaranteed and non-guaranteed. Now guaranteed reservation means when the guest is assuring the reservation by paying some amount. It may be a partial payment or it may be a full payment. It depends upon the hotel policy, but most of the hotel they take the partial payment during the for confirming the reservation. Okay, so that is all guaranteed reservation, when the guest is already paid for the reservation. Now in such situation, if you know that this is strongly recommended to manipulate the guest to pay the amount, so that the hotels can forecast their room, they can be assured that the rooms are sold. Or else it might happen that later on the guest has not paid, and later on that before 2-3 days arrival the guest is cancelling their reservation, and immediately getting a reservation or maybe a guest will be very difficult, and totally depending upon the walk-in guest, definitely it's a risky thing. Okay, so guaranteed reservation is the most convenient one for the guest as well as for the hotel also, because the guest also knows that the guest has paid, so the reservation, the room is already there for them. Okay, and for the hotel it is also assured that okay, the hotel got the payment, so it means the room will be given to the guest. Okay, so that is the guaranteed reservation. Next is the non-guaranteed. Non-guaranteed means when the guest has confirmed the reservation but the guest has not paid. That is called non-guaranteed reservation. Okay, now it happens like the reservation has done, but again cutoff date will be given to the guest for doing the payment to make the reservation guaranteed. That is called non-guaranteed. Now we'll come to the third and the last point of the type of reservation, that is the waitlisted reservation. Okay, this is called overbooking also. Waitlisted reservation means when there is no rooms available in the hotel and still you are taking the reservation. That is called waitlisted reservation. This is also called overbooking. Always remember, overbooking should be done in a very consciously and properly well planned way, or else there will be a disaster on the day of arrival. It may happen that you have taken a overbooking or waitlisted reservation and all the guests arrived on that day, so that will be disaster. Okay, so for that you have to plan thoroughly, and in the upcoming classes we will learn in detail about the overbooking or waitlisted reservation. So these are the types of reservation. Now, modes of reservation. It means how the reservations are basically done. Okay, that is called modes of reservation. The modes of reservation can be in two ways. One is written, another one is verbal. Okay, written are basically three types: letters, fax, and emails. Okay, now what is a letter? Actually, this later modes of reservation we do not follow nowadays. It was followed long back earlier days when there was no internet, when there was no mobile phone communication. Maybe few houses or maybe few people are having that landline telephone, or maybe most of the people they don't have that. If anyone wants to call anywhere, they have to go to the PCO, okay, the public booth, they have to go and they have to call. So it is, the later was used in that era, in that period. Okay, now how it was done. Now suppose a guest want to book a hotel in a place. First the guest have to write a letter to the hotel. Okay, now the letter will reach to the hotel and requesting about the type of room. Now the hotel will again write down a letter stating all the types of room available for the time period when the guest want to come, and also mentioning the rates, and also writing in detail about the booking process, like how much the guest have to pay for guaranteed their reservation. All the details will be written there. Okay, now that letter will be sent to the guest. Now after receiving the letter, the guest will take a decision that which room the guest is going to take, and finally the guest will go to the bank and they will make a demand draft, or maybe the guest will write down a check for the hotel. Okay, and also a letter stating that which room the guest is going to take and the details, and finally the check or the demand draft along with the letter will be sent to the hotel. Now after that, after receiving the letter from the guest, again the hotel will confirm their confirm their booking process, and after that again the hotel will send the booking confirmation letter to the guest by post. So it takes near about 1 month or maybe more than that, depending upon the distance, to complete the entire reservation process. So it was followed earlier days, as I told. Okay, nowadays it is not followed. Next is the fax. Fax is a machine where you can that write down your message, and there is a number. In that number you can send the message, and automatically the guest, the hotel or the guest can take a printout. So that is, you can say, the next stage of the letter, where you can send the message instantly without communicating without any verbal communication. So that also nowadays not followed that much. Now the most convenient one is the emails, which we do in the written mode. Okay, now you just the guest just sending emails to the hotels. Immediately after receiving the email, the hotel will respond sending the room details, the prices, the booking process, everything, and immediately the guest will send a confirmation that which room they are going to take, and they do the payment by online mode or by debit card, credit cards, whatever. The instant things are happening. That's the thing which we follow nowadays. And we also follow the verbal communication. Verbal communication are basically two types. One is in person and another one is telephone. So if we talk about the telephone, definitely that it was done earlier days also, and nowadays also it is done. Telephone means the guest wants to visit a hotel, the guest call in the hotel reservation department, and they do the booking. Okay, now the reservation agent will inform the guest about the availability of the room, the prices, the features, everything. The guest will confirm then and there only over telephone the which rooms the guest is going to take. And definitely the reservation agent will give a cutoff date to the guest that for guaranteed their reservation, and the guest will pay the amount in between that period. So this was followed earlier days also, nowadays also we follow the same thing. In persons means when the guest visits a hotel, maybe the guest want to come back to that hotel after 2-3 months or maybe after 6 months. So the guest immediately do the reservation for that time. So it means the guest is there and the guest is also doing the reservation for upcoming days when the guest wants to visit again. Or it may happen in another way also. Suppose the guest is there in the hotel, the guest is staying in the hotel, and maybe any friend of the guest or maybe a relative of the guest want to come in future, maybe after 3 or 6 months. So the guest is requested for booking a room, and the guest do the reservation for his or her relatives or friends. So that can also be done. And in third way it also can be done. Suppose the guest is in his or her own place and the guest want to visit a destination, and in the destination maybe the guest is having someone, maybe a friend or maybe a relative. Now the friend the personally visited to the hotel and requested for the reservation. So that is also in person reservation. So these are the modes of reservation. But again, nowadays the commonly used modes of reservation are emails and telephones. Okay, so that's all for today, and that's all about the today's topic. So that's all about the importance, types, and the modes of reservation. There are many more things we will learn in the upcoming videos about the reservation. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching and signing off.